The Dallas Mavericks travel to San Francisco for Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. My best bets are on the way. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We got one player prop, one spread lean, and one same-game parlay coming your guys' way, and we are going to get into it. Now, the Mavericks are down 1-0 in this series. The first game, not all too competitive. Let's do a quick recap from yesterday's Game 2 of the Heat Celtics. We had Gabe Vincent under 10.5 points. He scores 14. Not much we can do about that one. We're going to bounce back today. Guarantee you that. If you are new to the Calling Our Shot channel, go down below, smash that subscribe button. We certainly would appreciate it as we're closing in on 34,000 subscribers, trying to hit 100K by the end of the year. Drop a like, comment your best bet for this game down below. I have two quick reminders. Number one, I talked about it yesterday, CHALKBOARD. We're on it. We're on that new app. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't have an Android version at the moment, but I'm still there talking to you guys all about your plays. If you want to join our CHALKBOARD, click the top link in the description. We certainly would appreciate it. And we can talk about our game, talk about this game, talk about the MLB, talk about NHL, just kind of chat about it while we can check the score simultaneously. A great app and another way to support the Calling Our Shot channel. If you want to go support it, we'll still be active in Discord, but CHALKBOARD's the place to be if you want to chat with Logan and I. If you want to join the first, it's a top link in the description. Go down below, download CHALKBOARD, and we'll see you guys in there. Now, number two, and you get some cool perks. We'll probably be posting some plays early in there just because we want people to join our CHALKBOARD. Number two, if you want to sign up for BetMGM, today is the day because they're giving us a sportsbook sign-up bonus where it's if Steph Curry hits a three-pointer, you're getting free $200 worth of bets. I think they give you four $50 bets. Look, it's a can't-miss offer, and if I'm going to be honest, Stephen Curry doesn't even need to hit the three-pointer. They're going to give you the $200 worth of free bets the moment you sign up, doing exactly what it says in the description. So definitely follow those, all the details in the description, and definitely go take advantage of it. BetMGM, Sportsbook sign-up bonus. Go get it done. Last note, shout out to all our COS All-Stars. We appreciate you guys, as always, for supporting the channel. If you want to support us, click that join button on the channel or the link in the description. Our newest All-Stars, we got Lori, we got Steven, we got Ryan, we got Stuart, we got Corey, and we got the 6th Capper. Thank you guys all for supporting the channel, as well as all the current All-Stars. You guys are the real MVPs. Thank you for supporting us. Let's get into my favorite play of the day, going by a man of the name of Draymond Green. That's why I'm wearing a green shirt today. We're taking his under 8.5 points, minus 118 on FanDuel. Now, we've seen some value open up on this line, and that's exactly what we're trying to tackle in the NBA playoffs. We're looking for value. Now, in Game 1, this line was 7.5. Now we see it at 8.5. That's a big deal because it's a guy, we think about Draymond, not a guy that shot 1-3 in Game 1, not a guy that makes a lot of threes. So the difference between, an 8 line, a 7 and an 8 line is that, well, if he only doesn't get many free throw attempts, this could be one whole field goal attempt that he has to make. Now, obviously, Draymond, Game 1, scored 10 points. He was on 4 of 6 shooting. He's not the most field goal attempts. And honestly, he misses one of those 6 shots. He goes under this line, and so that's what we like to see. Now, we look at Draymond's last 9 matchups versus the Mavericks. He's under 8.5 points in 6 of them. In some of the games, not even close to hitting this line. His previous 2 games, he followed the 2 games that he hit. Well, technically, he hit throwover in 3 games, but the previous 2 games that he did, he followed that up with a 2 and a 5-point performance against the Mavericks. We know Draymond, he's not going to shoot it a whole lot today. We look at Draymond's last 4 games versus the Mavericks as a whole since like 2021. He scored 2, 0, 2, and then 10 points. The 10 obviously coming in Game 1. Now, I feel that 10-point game was more of an anomaly than anything. We saw Stephen Curry only score 21 points. Klay Thompson did absolutely nothing in the first half, had 0 points. That's when Draymond scored 6 of his points. And we saw Klay Thompson get it going. We'll talk about him in a little bit in the same game parlay. But look, we're not going to get a ton of field goal attempts from Draymond, and that's what we like to see. So if he misses his first 1, 2, maybe 3 shots, I don't think Draymond's going to be shooting a whole lot. He's obviously relied on a lot on the defensive side of the court. And look, and you look at that Memphis series, well, Draymond was under 8.5 points in 5 of the 6 games. The only game he went over was Game 6. So he's technically has gone over this line in 2 straight games in the playoffs. I don't think he makes it 3. We're taking Draymond's under 8.5 points. There's always an opportunity for one, foul trouble, and an extreme Draymond getting ejected. You never know what's going to happen with him. He could get 2 technical fouls, and he's out of there. But still, they were guarding Draymond, putting him onto Jalen Brunson last game, which was an interesting matchup. But I think that's just asking for foul trouble. Brunson's too good. He's a guard. He's going to be a little bit too fast for Draymond. But shout out to Draymond. He did a great job defending him. Obviously, Draymond, one of the best defenders in the NBA. And look, I don't love picking an under this low at 8.5, but I think there's a little bit of value. I don't see Draymond knocking down a 3-pointer today. Give me Draymond's under 8.5 points. That's my player prop of the day. If you wanted my spread pick, I'm going to give you a little bit of a lean, but I really like the Mavericks +6 today. Almost considered putting a full unit on this. I really like this bet today. I'm not going to put any money on it because I don't like forcing more than one play in a game. And, if the Mavs get blown out, maybe it's Draymond doing the scoring. But still, I think the Mavericks are going to bounce back today. I think a lot of people are going to be riding with the Warriors. It's very interesting. Why is the spread the same as it was in Game 1 when we saw the Mavericks get absolutely boat raced by 25 points? Makes no sense, and that's betting spreads in the NBA. Sometimes you have to take what doesn't make sense, and so I think the Mavericks +6 not only keep this game close, potentially win it outright. It just, that spreads in the NBA. You never can predict it, and I think the Mavs keep this one close. So I'd lean the Mavericks plus 6 points. Now, a player prop that kind of goes against that, I don't mind Luka's under 39.5 points plus assists. We saw the defense the Warriors were playing on Luka in game 1. Basically anyone but him. They let him get, 20 points and 4 assists. He didn't knock down, he missed some shots that he normally does, but everything's going to be tough for Luka in this series, so don't mind taking his unders, at least this high. I mean, his regular points line is 31.5, so I don't think see him getting a ton of points or assists today. I'll be rooting for him because I don't want to root against Luka, which is why this is just a lean, but we saw him obviously struggle in that game 1. And so I just think he's going to struggle again here. But maybe he plays well. Maybe that's what the Mavs need. I do think Spencer Dinwiddie has a pretty decent game. He's that guy they need to score off the bench. I think his line's 12.5 points. So I think he comes out and steps up and plays pretty well. I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie's been knocking down. Honestly, my play was going to be Spencer Dinwiddie over 12.5 points. I just don't know if he can continue shooting 5 for 7, 5 for 7, 3 for 7 from the three-point line. A little hard to maintain that. But that Warriors defense they were playing in the game 1 was, well, someone's going to have to beat us, not named Luka Doncic. And Spencer Dinwiddie didn't beat him, but he at least had 17 points, and that was in a blowout. So he'll likely play a little bit more minutes today. He's been hovering around that 24 to 30-ish minutes mark. And so I don't see Dwight Powell playing a big role. Don't know necessarily about Kevon Looney, what his stats are today, but I think we see Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie pick up the slack. Don't mind Luka's under 39.5 points plus assists. Now, let's move on into a same-game parlay, and I like this one. 3 legs, plus 642 odds. Klay Thompson over 20.5 points. Klay Thompson under 3.5 threes. Andrew Wiggins, 15 plus points. Now, at surface level, you're like, Austin, you're taking a Klay Thompson over, but then a Klay Thompson under. They kind of correlate, but you got to understand why. Now, we talk about game 1. Klay Thompson, 15 points, all of them in the second half, and he only made 1 3-pointer. So it was pretty clear the Mavericks were running him off the line, and what he was going to have to do was obviously pump fake, get into the mid-range, shoot those shots, or get some easy backdoor screens where we just would laying the ball in at the rim. I think that's going to be the same case all series long, where it's not a lot of Klay Thompson 3-pointers. It's more so Klay Thompson knocking down some mid-range shots and layups and whatnot, kind of, and not going out. I mean, the Mavs, they've allowed the fewest 3-pointers this year. But look, you saw Klay Thompson 15 points and only 1 3 in game 1. Well, we can afford 3 threes in this game, and I think Klay Thompson found a little bit of rhythm in that game 1. So don't mind taking those 2 legs just as a separate one. I think it was like plus 340 value on its own, but I don't mind that. Now we talk about Andrew Wiggins. I talked about this on the live stream, 15 plus points. I talked about him. Wiggins very solid against this Mavericks team. Well, I don't expect him to make 3 3-pointers every single game. His line's at 1.5 at like minus 120 value for the over. I do think if anyone's going to score against this Mavericks defense, it's going to be Wiggins. Now, obviously, he won't score as many points as Stephen Curry and probably Klay Thompson, but the Mavericks allow a lot of points at the rim. That's where you can get them. Now, they obviously, when they go small, they only have Maxi Kleber in there. Wiggins is probably the only guy that I would feel super confident about finishing at the rim. And obviously, he's much taller than Stephen Curry, Jordan Poole, and he's probably, the same height, if not a little bit taller than Klay Thompson. But this is Wiggins, super athletic. He can go in there and finish at the rim. And no surprise to see him score 19 points in game 1, 8 of 17 shooting. So a little bit of room to grow in there. So I think Wiggins has a pretty good game. I don't mind his over at regular, but I think the 15.5 points, pretty solid. Wiggins obviously played pretty well, pretty consistent over this playoff run. You not see him scoring 25 points. You don't see him scoring like 8 points. He's been pretty consistent getting around this 15 line. I think Wiggins gets it, and so I like that same game parlay. So that's going to wrap it up. Only official play, Draymond Green, under 8.5 points. Obviously, I'll sprinkle on that same game parlay for fun. If you want to check out our chalkboard, definitely go take advantage of it. We really would appreciate it if you join our chalkboard. We're all in there. We're talking about MLB, talking about NBA, talking about NHL, and you name it. Having some fun. There'll be some cool announcements coming your way in the chalkboard. Follow us on Twitter and whatnot, and definitely go use that BetMGM sign-up bonus for $200 worth of free bets. We appreciate you guys. It's Friday. Let's go make some money. My Miami Heat, Boston Celtics Game 3 will likely be live tonight. We'll see how it goes. But I appreciate you guys. Have a great Friday night. Let's go make some money. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.